Easter's right around the corner, so today, let's make some jiggly Panna Cotta bunnies.
Here's a fun and easy recipe you can do with your kids that's more fun to slap than Chris Rock's face. You'll need silicone bunny molds. You can find these molds on Amazon or on AliExpress for a few bucks, and these molds can be used for chocolate, ice cream, popsicles, Rice Krispie treats, or even soaps. 1 individual packet of gelatin, 2 tablespoons of sweetened condensed milk, 250 ml of milk, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and some cooking spray. Dump 1 packet of the gelatin into a saucepan and gradually pour a little bit of milk at a time just to slowly wet the gelatin. And mix it around so it doesn't form any major clumps, then pour in the rest of the milk. Followed by the vanilla extract, the sweetened condensed milk, and stir gently before you put it on the stove on low heat to start dissolving the gelatin. Most panna cotta recipes call for heavy cream, but that's not something I generally stock in the fridge, so I opted for a mixture between whole milk and sweetened condensed milk. You can see here on the spatula that there's some granules that still need to be dissolved. Make sure your mixture doesn't catch on the edges and burn, because that means you f***ed up and you have to do it all over again. But if you did it right, you'll have a nice, rich, and glossy mixture. Add a little cooking spray to each of your molds, and brush as thoroughly as you can into all the little nooks and crannies just to make sure that it releases fine. Here I attempted to make 6 bunnies, but we got 1 casualty because I wasn't careful enough in brushing the oil in one of the molds. Transfer the tasty mixture into a pourable vessel, being super careful not to spill any of this mixture because it's just enough for 6 bunnies. Now if you don't have any bottles of food coloring lying around, here's a simple food coloring hack that you can use for some of your desserts. I figured making green ears for these bunnies would be kind of freaky, so I opted to use red. And if I did my math right, red plus white will give you pink. Customize your shade of pink with a little bit more of that white mixture, and be very careful not to give them myocarditis. And this is what the 4th COVID booster looks like. Just kidding. I'm not legally certified to give injections. Transfer onto a baking sheet so you can put it in the freezer for about 5 minutes, just so that the ears harden enough that when you pour in the white mixture, the 2 colors won't mix. 5 minutes later, fish them back out so you can fill in the rest of it with white. The first time I tried making these, I made the mistake of just trying to ladle it in, so I created quite a bit of mess and wasted a lot of the mixture. So if you can, try to transfer to a vessel that has a spout. Makes it a whole lot easier. And here I'm just QSing all these molds to the brim, like a good licensed drug dealer. And with a toothpick, remove any bubbles from the edges of your molds. And we're ready to refrigerate. And about 4 hours later, these bunnies should be completely solidified. When in doubt, leave them in the fridge overnight. And with a toothpick, carefully release the edge of the panna cotta bunnies from the silicone molds. This is probably the most tedious part of the whole thing, but if you don't do it right, then it's pretty much not worth doing at all. It helps to use your other hand to gently squeeze the silicone mold as you kind of go around the bunny. And once you've released all the edges from the mold, it's time to flip the bunnies out. Pay close attention to the tail, the eyes, the ears, and the nose, because those are the areas that are most likely to break. Okay, looks like this one's coming out bum first. Remove any excess pieces of the panna cotta and move on to the rest of the bunnies. After doing a few of these, you'll get the hang of it and notice that it's a little bit easier for you to remove them head first. Isn't he cute? I think I scratched his face. I guess I'll name him Scarface. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. It really is a great stress reliever. And one more for good measure. Okay, I think I'm good. Now it's the kids' turn.
Did you eat his ear? Where did his ears go?
He seems very proud of himself for getting the tail. Well, I hope this video gave you some ideas and inspiration for this year's Easter long weekend. And as always, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Stay safe.